Hey tubers, welcome back for another adventure. Some of you may wonder what Harvey gets for Christmas, and let me show you real quick. So Harvey got a new onesie. It's used, but it's the right length, and it's got buttons instead of the zippers that keep breaking on me. So Harvey's very happy with that. So this is one of the other dumpster finds. I've been talking to my buddy about getting a file cabinet. You know, I use them for storing tools and so forth. And it happened that he went by a dumpster, and this was in there, so he tagged it and pulled it out. And it also came with, I don't know, this is some kind of instrument, a couple of cases. Right, these things never hurt. Then on the bottom came that case actually has a test instrument in it. So I thought it was really cool. This is one of those real old timers, right? Now I don't know if all file cabinets kind of came in green, or if this might actually be Army surplus. It's interesting, it doesn't lock. It's got no lock on it. That's strange. I thought all these locked. But it's good and solid. And for storing tools and engine parts, electronics and all that, it should really come in handy. When I first went into this, I don't know, what do we want to call this? Let's say when I first started hoarding all-terrain vehicle parts, I knew very quickly which ones I needed because I already had a few all-terrain vehicles, and I knew that, you know, like a cylinder head for a 250SX would be a good thing to have. So if I found one cheap on eBay or wherever, I would just buy it. Same with like recoils, right? If I got a good deal on a recoil, like I saw one for a Honda 200S for $5 at a flea market, I would just buy it. I didn't even think twice, right? For those kind of prices, I knew that those are things that go bad regularly. Carburetors, doesn't really pay to go hoarding up a bunch of used carburetors, because you can, you know, have a Chinese equivalent and take your own used carburetor and try to rebuild it, right? So it really doesn't pay to necessarily buy those, but I knew that if I could get recoil starters, I'd want to jump all over those. Picked up a bunch of OEM wire harnesses, all that kind of stuff. So it would be good to be able to, you know, open the top drawer and find a load of cylinder heads here, and open this one and find the wire harnesses, and open this one and find the stack of recoil starters, plus the rebuild stuff I got for recoiled starters when it was available, you know, the hardware perhaps, and the bottom ones perhaps put rear axle hubs, the 3 and 4 bolt styles from the Honda ATCs, right? Then in a small area, all the parts I need are findable, and if you locate this in a garage, shed, or whatever, such that this is the aisle, right? You always got to be able to walk down the aisle. So you walk up to it, open it up, and, you know, take out whatever you need. Seems to be a lot of file cabinets available as I truck about. I do see them, and I do pick up the better ones. A friend got this one for me, but I guess people are storing more and more stuff on their computers nowadays, so they don't need these. I guess this was also set up so they would bolt together. So I guess, you know, they wouldn't get knocked over if somebody hit them, or I don't know, there was an earthquake. So how's this for a Harvey Christmas? I love the dumpster dive finds. How a redneck hops up his all-terrain vehicle. First thing you need to do is remove the 4.5 amp hour battery, and you need to replace it with a 20 amp hour lithium ion version. Both of these are 6 volts, but just from a size point of view, right? So there we are. Anyhow, this thing goes like heck. Should be a lot of fun. Cool stuff from some dumpster dives. So my buddy managed to score me 3 of these shopping type carts. There used to be one of these near me, but it closed down like all the others. I think nationwide they closed down. According to the sticker on them, where'd it go? It says this cart is recyclable, so I guess you just kind of throw them away. These were found on a construction site that was a pretty good distance from where this store would have been before it closed. So I don't know if these were homeless, you know, somebody, or not homeless, used to collect cans, that kind of thing, and they got waylaid onto the construction site. Or if when the store closed somebody bought a lot of them and they were kind of using them to move materials around. I'm not quite sure what the story was, but they were found abandoned, actually alongside the dumpster. They didn't quite get into the dumpster. They were alongside the dumpster, but once again they were abandoned, and my buddy was told to get rid of them. So he did. He brought them to Harvey. What do you guys think? So I got the 3 of them. These are really handy, like when you're doing sorting. I guess the brakes didn't work on them. Anyway, when you're doing sorting, you know, throw engine parts into one, and it's strong enough to be able to handle it, right? Throw perhaps ignition parts in another, I think carburetors in the third, right? So from an organizational point of view, I hope they really help. I was after my buddies. I put the word out that I was after some shopping carts, and one of my friends that does some fishing says just bring along a grappling hook. People push them in the stream upstream, and then they wash down here where I fish, and you can pull one out from here. Normally they're not 100% plastic like these. Normally the ones he's talking about are a mixture of metal and plastic. Then you could kind of grappling hook them out of the creek, you know, drag them on home. They're in various states of rusty. Some of those don't roll very well. I kind of like to get one that way just because it's really a cool story, and it's also you know, from an environmental point of view, who needs to find these in creeks, right? You should get them the heck out of there. And I'm sure the person who owns it, the supermarket or whatever, after they've been in the creek for a while, I'm sure they don't want it back. After it's all cleaned up and fixed up and painted and working properly, they'd probably take it back. But in that in-between time of when it comes out of the creek, I'm pretty sure they don't want it. So anyway, this is the last of the dumpster stuff. So I really want to thank you guys for dropping by to watch and comment and subscribe. Please remember to keep your feet down, your heads up. And now that we're working our way toward the holidays, I'm hoping to get in some good shop time. So we'll get back to that soon. Take care now, folks.